It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see Noah Gray. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
In motion, the tight end.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Moran. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
1st down, Chiefs.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete.
The Chiefs at 4-3, a game over 500. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
That's caught left side by the tight end Gray. Here's 3rd and 7.
Now here's Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36.
1st down, Kansas City.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
Now throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's Mahomes to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal from the 3.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raiders offense and Jacoby Myers head out for this next drive. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked second in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw.
Moran. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
The intended target was Chris Godwin. And now it's 2nd down.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Off play action.
Moran.
And this is caught.
Touchdown, Raiders. Keishawn Butte.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by Seibert up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Swain. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Mahomes going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now a 2nd and 2. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff for Warren.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
Back to throw. Moran looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Looking to throw. Moran. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
They'll try and run for it. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Throwing now is Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Swain. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
At the 27-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Off the play fake. Moran.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Is that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
It's this complete to Butte.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Running left, it's Warren. And able to get this to the 31.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Moran. That is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And the deliver there is that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Warren. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 5-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Moran. And that is incomplete here.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
They made a nice effort to stick it with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Seibert's kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, They just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Breaks through the contact. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And out come the Chiefs now.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down, Kansas City.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end Gray.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Now here's Mahomes. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Mahomes to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Butker's kick here is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. One more go for this offense in the first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Steps away to his and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
A loss of 11. It's 2nd and 21. At the 25.
So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. James O'Shaughnessy, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we'll skip over to Louisiana to check on the Saints at home in New Orleans. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. The Saints finish off an up and down first half on an up note as they even their mark at 4-4 with a victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Akron.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Swain. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First down, Chiefs.
Now Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Off play action. Moran.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's taken inside his own 40. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes.
They'll get this complete to Worthy.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And the first down, Chiefs.
On 1st down, Swain. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Swain. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
2nd and 15. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Operating from the gun.
Moran. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Now a give, right side. Swain. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, Swain. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now a quick throw out wide to Myers.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now a run with Warren.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Yeah, that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Moran.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up and were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
And now the Chiefs will bring the offense onto the field as they'll go for 2 here. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That's caught at the 1.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Throwing after the interception.
Moran. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun.
Moran. That's to Bowers once again.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
7-yard gain. And the Raiders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
Back to throw.
Moran. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. On the run, it's Warren.
Oh, good move. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
At the Chiefs' 42-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Second and 5. Open man is Myers. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Moran. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to face a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Touchdown, Raiders! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Up the middle they go. Swain. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Swain. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run again. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Mahomes. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So now London down by 12. A minute 37 remaining. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger.
Gets this to Myers.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Raider first down. 1st and 10.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Gets this complete to Butte.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old, reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Chiefs,
they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon.